Our topic for today is trade association, and this is the objective. Number one objective is definition of trade association. 2, to state the aims and objective of trade association, and the third one is to state the function of trade association. So who can define trade association? Or who can give us an example of a trade association? One of the examples of trade association is the Nigerian Bar Association, which is NBA. It's under the Professional Trade Association, the NBA. This is an association of lawyers. For you to practice as a lawyer in Nigeria, you must belong to this body. This body regulates the activities of lawyers in Nigeria, which is a very good example of a trade association. We also have the NMA, the Nigerian Medical Council, which is the NMA. This is the council or the association that regulates the activities of medical doctor in Nigeria. For you to practice as a medical doctor, you must belong to this association. We also have COREN. COREN is the council for the regulation of engineering in Nigeria. They register engineers. For you to practice as a qualified or as a certified engineer, you must register with COREN. We also have other similar bodies like ICANN, which is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. It's also a professional body. Now we also have non-professional bodies that like the Rice Farmers Association, Rice Sellers Association, Fish Sellers Association, Tomato Sellers Association, Pepper Sellers Association. All these are what trade association. Now, definition. Now, a trade association can be defined as a group of individuals in the same line of business or in the same line of trade who have voluntarily agreed to come together in order to promote and safeguard the interests of their members. The major objective of setting up a trade association is to promote the interests and safeguard the interests of their members. To promote and safeguard the interests of their members. It's a voluntary trade association. So if I seller, you must belong to one of these trade associations, either as a tomato seller, or as a pepper seller, or as an onion seller. You must belong to a trade association before you can be allowed to sell your produce in the market. So their major aim is to protect the interests of their members. Now, coming to aims and objectives of trade association. 1, to ensure that members provide quality goods and services. As a member of this body, you are expected to provide quality service to your clients, to your customers. They make sure that their members abide by the rules and regulations governing the association by providing quality service to their members. 2, to ensure that members charge uniform price. There are some commodities or some goods in the market that they have fixed price. So belonging to that association, you must sell your goods at a particular price that all members must abide by. Number 3, to maintain professional ethics in the same line of trade. Now they make sure that all their members obey the rules and regulations governing the association. Any member who deviate from the rules and regulations governing the association, such a member will be penalized. So if you have any transaction with any of this association, any of the members of this association, you can lodge your complaint to them. Let's say, for example, you're a medical doctor and you have a client, and the client lodge a complaint with the enemy. The enemy is bound to receive the complaint from the client and also look into it. If the medical doctor is found wanting, he will be penalized. That is the reason why all members of this association must obey the professional ethics of the association. Now, coming to the last part of this lesson, which is the functions of trade association. 1, they disseminate information to their members. Of course, if there is any government policy that will affect the interests of their members, that will affect the business environment, of course, it's bound on the association to educate their members on government policy. They fix prices for services or product. Of course, they also fix price for product and services. Number 3, they put political pressure on government for the interest of their members. If there's any government policy that will affect the business interest of their members, of course, they can protest, they can lodge a complaint to the government, tell the government that this policy will affect the business interest of their members. So the government will now look into it and have a solution on it. And the last one is to educate their member on trade activities. Educate their members on trade activities. What are those things that will facilitate the growth of their business? At this point, I would like to summarize the no